Hi, I'm Mike Stoll. Welcome to the MBA Business Boot Camp in Strategy. What's strategy? Well, you're going to learn that today. To be successful in the MBA program, you have to have a basic understanding of strategy and strategic management. When you take the Management 685 course, you're going to need to know the language and the fundamental concepts to be successful. So let's get to it. Right now, I'm joined by Dr. Ranfeng Qiu, who's a professor of management here in the College of Business and Public Administration. Today, Stella is going to share with us her insight and thoughts about strategic management and how business strategy applies to the current business environment. Stella, the word strategy is used quite a bit in the business world. And so for our MBA students that are watching this, can you help us understand what business strategy really is?
Right, so strategy is really a broad concept, and we first heard of the strategy from the military in the military field. And that term was later developed by the business schools and the business scholars. And honestly, the strategy is quite new, and most of the theories are not even from the field itself. It's actually from the economic theory. And when I explain the strategy to a student, I would like to emphasize two keywords, because different scholars, they explain strategy different ways. My two keywords, one is plan, the other is the goal. So in other words, it's about planning to achieve the goal. The goal can be a lot of things, like the firms, they help the shareholders to maximize their returns or beating their competitors, or maybe just the growth. But I would like to emphasize the plan. The planning is not about the short-term profitability. It's about the sustainability. It's about to survive in the long run. It's a long-run thing. So that's how I explain strategy normally.
I've worked with a number of business owners over the years, everything from entrepreneurs to successful corporate executives, and in some cases, they seem to think that strategy is just kind of a lot of hot air. It's planning that they don't have time to do. Why is strategy so important?
It's because strategy, like what I mentioned, is quite new, and is a comprehensive set of toolkits. It's not just about specific theories or concepts. So when you learn strategy, you don't learn the specific theory. So it's not just like accounting or finance. It's about a way of thinking. It's what we call the critical thinking, because the executives or the managers or even the policymakers, they face multiple options, and they have to improve their decision making. It's more about to help them improve the decision making. And here I didn't say make the right decisions, because in the business world, there's no right decision. Right. There is no perfect decision. We don't know what's the perfect decision. So what we can do is just try to make the best one, the next one among multiple options. So the strategy class is to teach you a way of critical thinking. So that's what we expect to learn in this class.
So the strategy, learning strategy helps you understand the context. It also helps you understand the variables and the questions to ask.
Correct.
And the possible actions. And then you ultimately, as the manager, the executive, have to make the decision.
Right, and propose the solutions for certain problems, yes.
So it would seem that it's not just the CEO of a company that needs to learn about business strategy, correct?
Yes. The audience of the strategy class would be the business executives. They're the main audience, but we also have the shareholders, the investors. They need to invest their money to expect returns, and even the policymakers, because they have to improve the business investment environment for the whole economy. So it's also important for them.
So it sounds like what you're saying is that not only the upper management and the board of directors need to understand the role of strategy and the strategy that is employed in an organization, but really everybody in the organization needs to understand.
Yes, everybody, middle-level managers, even employees, like different level.
Right.
Yeah.
So how is business strategy then related to the competitive marketplace? Because you said they're making decisions, they're doing things. How is that related to the marketplace?
So what's become very interesting today is the marketplace is becoming extremely competitive. I use extremely competitive because you expect your competitors in the past, you expect your competitors from your industry, right? But what about today? 10 years ago, when I just came to the US, I heard a lot of big names. They are the leaders in the industry like Borders, like Blockbuster and Circuit City. They are the leaders in the movie rental industry, in the bookstore industry, and in the electronic retailing industry. And what about their income right now? They disappear, they're gone. And what's the reason? I asked students. They said it's probably because of the competition from Best Buy, from Barnes & Noble, or from the Redbox. Right. Is that the reason? I asked them to think over again. They mentioned, oh, it's Amazon. Amazon was not there 10 years ago. So the competition is not from your industry, it's from anywhere. It's from outside of the industry. It's a cross-industry competition. And that's not enough. Apple was in the monopoly position for a while, for many years. And what about now? We have a couple of others. We have Samsung, we have HTC, and we have more. And where are they from? Not from the US. So what do you expect? Your competitors are not from your industry, not from your country, not from home. So you have to expect a lot of threats from different areas and from different locations. So that's about the competition. And another interesting phenomenon is even you and me, we work for the same industry. We compete in the same industry. We do the same job, but we have different returns. How that happened? For instance, we have those money makers. We have Pepsi and Coke. They are making a lot of money. However, we have those bottlers. There are some contract by Pepsi and Coke. They're doing the same job. Or actually, they're doing the core job. They are actually those producing beverages, like soft drinks. But what about the profit? How do they split profit here? The moneymaker are still Pepsi and Coke. Why? Because they're playing different roles in the industry. They're splitting because of the market power. And similar cases can be applied to Apple or Walmart or Nike and their factory, maybe in the US, maybe in other countries. So they're playing in the same industry, but they play in different roles. The market power will determine their returns, their profitability. So that's the second one. And that is actually what we're going to talk about, the 5 forces model. Yeah.
Great. So it sounds like strategy is a really important component of not only staying ahead of the competition, but being profitable, and competition now has become not just in your industry, but outside of it and globally as well.
Yes, yes, absolutely.
Great. Now, many of the students that are coming into the MBA program are coming from diverse backgrounds, and many of them will not even have had a business course before.
Right.
And so when they go in to take a business strategy class, what can they expect to learn?
Okay, so like what I mentioned earlier, strategy is not for specific theories or concepts. It's about to learning a set of toolkits. So you can apply to the real problem solution and the real cases. So students, they have never learned strategy. Probably they heard some like models before, like the SWOT analysis, the strengths, weakness, opportunity, and the threats, and the 5 forces model. So we're going to learn a couple of such models, and we're going to apply the models to the real business cases. That's the most interesting part. And When I teach the strategy, normally I will split the topics into two different areas. One is about external analysis, and one is about internal analysis. So there are also represented two streams of literature in the research field. The external analysis is more about being focused on the external environment of any firms they are playing in, they're competing in. So it's more about who are they facing, their competitors, their new entrants, their substitutes, like Amazon versus the bookstore, and their even their suppliers and customers, and also is to expand the opportunity and the threats in the industry. And the internal analysis is more about to explore the potential of growth of any company, like within the company, their capabilities, their resources, and most importantly, their core competencies. And not just accumulating the core competencies, but to explore more potential in the future. So they actually prepare for the future. So both external and internal. Yeah.
Interesting. And so, based on what you've said so far, oftentimes we think of strategy as a decision. But it sounds like from what you're saying, a lot of what strategy is a process that leads to a decision. But the decision is only a very small part of it. It's the process, both the internal analysis, the external analysis, understanding your place in the market, as well as your resources and capabilities. Sounds like that's the real core of strategy.
That's a very good summary. It is. It's not just the decision. It's not the final decision. It's about the process leading to the decision. So we are, for all decision making, we have to make trade-offs. And what make you make the decision based on trade-offs? You have to have a lot of different analysis. And based on those analysis about pros and cons, you can make your decision. It is the process, right. Yes.
Interesting. Now, like many faculty, you're teaching strategy and you teach international business as well. What kind of research are you doing in the strategy area that would be of interest to our students?
Okay, so my research field is beyond the fundamental strategy theory. So what I'm looking at is what I'm interested in is for not the small single business. It's more about multinational and multi-field business, what we call them the multinational corporation. So what those firms they are doing right now today is to face the intense competition globally in the global market. What they are doing right now is they try to diversify themselves. They diversify themselves in both products or technology and geographical locations. So in other words, what those firms they are doing right now, for instance, one of my case analysis, one of my case studies is about GE, the General Electric company. And what the company is doing right now is the company started from the light bulbs. And later on, they diversify into different fields. They have the power system, they have the plastics, they have even the finance service. And when they are doing such kind of diversified portfolio, they distribute the production and the different operation activities in different countries. And in the past, multinational corporations, they would like to do that in different stages. They will diversify themselves first in the US or in their home countries. And then later on, they will diversify into different geographical locations. But right now, what they are doing is they do those simultaneously. They diversify themselves in both product fields and geographical locations. So the benefit would be they save time and it's more efficient. They reduce duplication or eliminate duplications. So another field I'm looking at right now is the firms, because they face so intensive competition, they don't want to play themselves by themselves. So what they are doing right now is they try to form alliances. They try to find partners. So they don't want to compete alone. They compete with team. So that's why we talk about competition between strategic groups. Right. So strategic alliance will be another research field I'm working on right now.
Interesting. So some of the strategy that's resulting that allows firms to be the most competitive is to ally with another company as opposed to going it alone.
Yes. Yes.
Very interesting.
Yes.
Interesting. So there's a lot to learn about strategy. Coming up in the module, are there any highlights or things that you think are probably going to be the most exciting for the students to hear about?
Yeah, I think especially for the MBA student, they just enter the program. I think the fundamental part is extremely important. They have to understand those before they have like approach in different other different fields. So I think the value chain analysis and the 5 forces model, they are extremely important for the student when they just enter the MBA program and they try to get some kind of sense of what strategy is and how those theories can help them improve the decision-making process.
So in the next segment of this module, they're going to learn about the value chain and they're going to learn about the 5 forces model. And that's going to prepare them for sort of understanding the entire strategic process.
Exactly, to formulate strategy in both business level and the corporate level. So they have to stay like competitive first, right, and then they can grow by themselves.
Okay, great. Yeah. So strategy is not just a word, it's an important process, and every organization from small to large should be using strategic processes and thinking to ultimately have good decision making on where they're going to head in the marketplace.
Absolutely, very good. So it's not just for the large company, it's also for the small company or even for any organization.
Yeah, whether for-profit, non-profit.
Yeah, for-profit or non-profit,
so
yes.
So this whole idea of strategy is really, really essential for every student to understand.
Yes, no matter where are they going to work for in the future, yes.
Excellent. That was very good. Thank you for sharing that information on strategy with us, Del. Now, what's next for you is you're going to go to the voice-guided PowerPoint presentation and be guided by Dr. Qiu on the concept of business strategy. What you're going to learn in that 15 to 20-minute PowerPoint is the basic fundamental elements of strategy. It's the things that are going to help you walk into the Management 685 strategy class and know the language of strategy and not feel like you're out of your element. So good luck and have fun.